Hi guys, welcome back to another Three Amigos video. Apologies for the long delay. Both Drew and I have been very busy with work and other various things. But today I'm excited to share a new video, a new review with you guys because today we have the Leica CL film camera. Now, this is a camera that I've acquired recently, and I acquired it for mainly two reasons. Number one, it's a very, very small, compact and light film camera. It's the smallest, cheapest, and I guess most affordable M camera that you can find. And secondly, because of its lightweight, I think it makes a great travel companion. One, because it's so small that you can just put it in your pocket when you travel. And secondly, because it's less expensive than the other M bodies, then it makes it a bit more comfortable when you're traveling as well. Now, to give you guys a bit of a background story, the Leica CL film camera was actually constructed from 1973 to 1976, and about 65,000 copies of this camera were made. Now, this camera was not actually made by Leica themselves, but it was made together in partnership with Minolta. So you'll actually see another version of this camera that actually says Minolta, but the camera is essentially the same. Now, when it comes to why people might be attracted to this camera, I think it will definitely come down to several things. Number one, as I mentioned, it's lightweight. Number two, the affordability. Number three, the ability to attach M lenses on this camera is a great plus. Now, I haven't had a lot of chance to use this camera. I'm currently running my second or third roll of film through it. But my general impression is that it's a great camera to sort of bring around every day. So for example, when I'm commuting to work, it's an easy camera for me to put in my bag. And the great thing is that I've attached a very, very small sort of pancake lens onto it. This is the 35mm Elmar, which is an f3.5 lens. And it comes down to be a very portable camera setup that we can just go around and take photos with it. I haven't had used this camera for a couple rolls of films now. I found probably three downsides, which I think may bother some people, but I think I've sort of learned to get used to it. The first thing is, I would say, is the rangefinder patch. If you're used to the M3 or the MP or the M6, the rangefinder patches are very well contrasted, so it's very easy to focus. You can very quickly see and nail focus very quickly. But what I find is apparently because the distance in the rangefinder patch here is shorter, and it's also a smaller sort of magnification, it's like 0.6. So I find it a little bit more difficult to nail focus. It works okay and well in bright lit conditions, but once we come to more darker or overcast conditions, then I do find the autofocus to be a little bit more difficult, but not a major problem if you're sort of zone focusing, as per se. So the second downside to this camera, I would say, is the build quality. Now, not to say that this camera is not well built, it still feels very, very sturdy in the hands. But if you're used to the sort of, rigid, reliable, and sort of solid construction from the Leica metal M bodies, then this one feels a little bit cheaper on the hand. That being said, I'm still very confident in the build quality of this camera, but I would say compared to the M counterparts, then I would say this is lacking just a little bit. So the last downside of this camera, I would say, is the light meter. So apparently it's not easy to find a copy where the light meter works. It does require using one single battery. And how the light meter works is that it's sort of like the M5. So instead of seeing arrows at the bottom, which is what you would see with the M6 or the MP, you see a sort of light meter going up and down the side. Now, what I found is that it's not easy to find a copy where it works, and apparently it's not easy to repair, or it's even not possible to repair as well. So if a light meter is imported for you, then make sure you verify with your seller that the light meter works in this camera. Otherwise, I would say the Leica CL is a great everyday / travel camera. If this is the only Leica camera you'll have, I think you'll be very, very happy with it. But if you're used to using the other sort of Leica M bodies, then I think those little differences might make the shooting experience a little bit different to what you're used to. But if you're okay to compromise with that, then for travel, for the compactability, I think this is a great camera that everyone should have in their bag. So one thing quite interesting about this camera is that the camera straps aren't actually on both sides of the camera, but they're actually over here. So if you were to have a neck strap around you, the camera would hang like this. Hey, I thought we're done shooting, but one last thing, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos to come.